4, 3, 2. Hello, people of the world, people of the internets. It's April. Wait, sorry. Yeah, it's April 15th at 5:06 EST. If you're listening to me, it's your friend Chris Kennard, aka the Princess of Portland, joined always by the effervescent, the illustrious, the handsome, the hulking Haystack West, good old Los. And we're joined by a special guest, our first lady host of Haystack Music, Dakota. Welcome to the broadcast. We're very happy to have you today.
I'm so excited to be doing this. I was telling Los, like, yo, let me know. It doesn't have to be now, but just let me know.
Word. We're going to have to be back at some point.
I just got hung up.
Wow. Y'all behave out there. Don't think I don't see y'all, because I do.
Exactly.
Listen, y'all, it's episode 17 of Haystack Music. It's Muva's music. This is for all the Muvas. Y'all know who you is. We appreciate y'all being the backbone of this country and our culture. Los, it's been a minute since we've seen you. How are you, my friend?
Well, it's 5 o'clock. I have the munchies and I'm eating a mixture of cinnamon buns and oranges. So, let you know where I'm at right now.
And I excuse you where that went, Dakota. It is whipping over there.
Random.
So we got.
Man is chowing down in chat. I'm sick of him. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, aren't we doing this at 5 o'clock? Why is he looking for a snack? It's like 4:55, mind you.
Man, I'm talking shit, but I ate before I got on mic as well, so I can't talk too much shit.
Okay.
That's before, not during. Lunch break is over.
Tut.
Whatever.
I've tried to scold this man the entire show. It doesn't work. He's unflappable.
He can't be scolded, though. He can't.
Impossible. Listen, yo, you know why we're here. We have songs on the board. There's a if you haven't heard any of the songs that we're going to be talking about today, there's a link in the description for the curious. Big shout out to West Philadelphia. Raw Primus in the building. I love her. You know what time it is? I need to scroll a couple pages back because I was working on this yesterday. Yeah. And I have to say, I'm very thankful for you, Dakota, because I don't think I knew a single song on this list when Los gave it to me.
That was my goal. Like, truthfully, I'm gonna be real. Like, if I were to put my top 5s that I personally love, I mean, a few of them would be from the same artist. I just had to mix it up, and I'm like, I need to give them songs that I feel like, oh, okay, Los, he knows kind of my music type because we be around each other. So I'm like, nah, I have to be I can't pick anything he knows because we like a lot of the same music. So I just try to switch it up on y'all.
Fair enough.
You did the right thing, Coates.
I'm glad.
All right, before the wind blows Dakota away, our list today is Beanie by I had to Google dude's name. Shazil. We got Nothing Matters by Vince Staples, the biggest, the most friendly, the funniest Crip in America today. From the Great North.
Hey, he's top 5. He's top 5.
Actually.
Schoolboy Q, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I would say that Q is the funniest dad Crip of all time. On a national basis.
Yeah. I agree.
We got from the Great North, we got Coming Down by The Weeknd. Abel himself got Home Invasion by The Game. Scandal acknowledged.
Wait, what? Oh, come on. Who? What?
Tell me you're not surprised.
Surprised
at
what?
This point, no, but all right, who in the scandal?
I'm not going to get into that man's dirty laundry. He might send 100 after me. But yes, Scandal acknowledged. The Weeknd. How could I forget? Scandal acknowledged with The Weeknd.
Wait, can I curse on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a messy bitch.
Yeah, that. both of those men, if we're being honest here.
But
Neither here nor there. Last but not least, Orion's Son. I'm so stoked about Orion's Son. We're saving that for last, gotta say.
Yay!
Cool. So why don't you tell the world at large about Shazille? Because I don't know who that is. Shout out New Mexico.
Can I be real?
Yes.
I am like, first of all, I love music as we all do here. But like, I'll be on Instagram. If I hear a song, sometimes there won't even be a name or a link. Like, I'll have to look up the lyrics that I like heard. So basically, I heard that from an Instagram reel, and I was like,
who that is?
I fuck with him. So truly, I discovered him like, I discovered that song maybe like 4 months ago, literally this year. So
That's how
I
people
can't say I know much about him, but I know the music. I was like, I really fuck with this song, and there's not a lot of male singers that I fuck with.
And that's how people learned about Cha Cha by Drum. Because of Beyonce's Instagram. You know what I'm saying? That's how people can discover music.
Yeah.
I specifically found about Cha Cha because it was like the free version on iTunes many moons ago, and this was before like he got it cleared by before Nintendo came for him, you know, for using that the Mario Music Maker beat that he produced. It had all the sound effects and everything prior to him being robbed by by that other man that we're not going to name.
The boy. He's not a man. He's the boy.
Hey, I know that reference. Nah,
I'm
but
hoping everyone here did.
Like if you go on Spotify and you look up Shazille, he has like 13 million monthly listeners. The specific record has like 300 million streams, and like he's only been making music since like I don't know. He started making music officially, like professionally, this year. So he's a new schooler, but the song is hitting for shit. Like I put it on at least 2 playlists after hearing it the first time. So we'll see if he like sticks the landing overall. Los, you're the hardest to please. What do you think about Beanie?
Guys, I got some hard confession to make. I didn't listen to any of these songs, so you're really doing legwork here today, because
what the hell?
I know that's the main.
I sent that to you. I don't even know when I did. A couple days
ago. Days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
crazy.
I've been really busy with this IT stuff, man.
You've been working, so congratulations.
I get it.
So,
but you know, like, I gotta message you at least. I gotta poke the bear at least twice. Mm-hmm. Some people, they listen to music while they work. And even if you can't do that, some people listen to music on the way to work or on the way home from work.
Well, that's different.
Well, for starters, I don't work right now.
Fair enough.
B, I barely do any studying. This is like the first time in like 15, 16 years I've actually studied anything. And usually I fall asleep when I study, so I can't listen to music. However, I did unlock a new study habit of mine, where I watch comfort shows on YouTube and just let those run while I, actually study and read. That way, if I like doze off or anything like that, I look up, start watching, get back to it.
I get distracted too easily, so I can't even listen to regular music. When I have to like study or do something, I have to listen to classical music. It's the only way.
Now, what I can do is play it at a low volume to where nobody can hear on the feed.
Mm-hmm.
Get like a little, 30-second take on it.
Real chaotic on my camera. I'm so sorry.
Now you're good. I'm about to say, maybe you should just go on mute while me and Dakota talk about these records. We come back to you. I don't know.
Perfect.
Listen, I'm about to take your spot for today.
You might got to. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's what it's like. You didn't listen to them? Crazy.
And I'll just come in with the final rating on it.
100%. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So what was the name of the song again?
Mate, you have the text. I ain't gonna tell you shit. You got the text on your phone. You better utilize your resources. Hey, hit yourself on mute, my good.
It's the first one.
All right, yeah. Here we go.
Put yourself on mute, cuz.
All right, got you.
Listen, I need a jacket, y'all.
Yeah, it's kind of cold. And honestly, while you're in the crib, I'll just let you know now that wind is kicking your speaker's ass, bro.
So what are you gonna do?
I mean, I imagine like the beats you had and like those buds probably like do most of the heavy lifting.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know. Sometimes people have trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if it's my phone, their phone. I really don't freaking know. But
at this point, it's the laptop. So, and I won't. And it's a Dell, and that's no shade, but you know. All right. So while we're waiting for Los to like finish his homework on the day the assignment is due, I can safely say that
the homework is late. Sorry.
He came back on cam decimal just. Hey. I love you, bro. I love you.
No.
He's salty. He's not salty.
I'm not gonna lie.
At least he's laughing over there.
I would have said it to your face, but I didn't think you were listening.
No, honestly though, I'm not the kind of person who can like give an authentic rating 1 through 10, but I think that the Chazel record is a good like 2 thumbs up for a first time listen, all things considered, especially from a new guy. And I also, since you mentioned it, like how you'll hear a really neat record on Instagram. I know there's a specific like Snow Allegra remix that's like floating around, and
it's so funny. That happens a lot with artists.
Yeah,
like Paramore.
And
I'm like, wow, people are just not hearing this song. I've been listening to this since like middle school.
Yeah, they're not there. They got no culture.
Yeah.
They were in the trenches on YouTube many moons ago. Song on repeat.
Not everyone goes down their musical rabbit holes.
Yeah, we need to return to crate digging. That's all I have to say about that in particular.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah. That song's not that long actually.
Yeah, 2 minutes at most.
That's the convenient thing about this song right about now. But
you're welcome.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. I really am a sucker for songs that like sound like they were at your grandparents' sock hop.
Not grandparents' sock hop.
Well, I tell you what,
we're going at yes, they were.
Let me give you an example of that. Sleepwalking by Johnny Santos. I think this was by. I love that beat. I'll just listen to the instrumental of that song.
I'm going to ask about that again.
I don't even know that record myself. I'm not even gonna lie.
However, I'll tell you what. Y'all ever heard of Summer Camp?
Yes, I know the reference that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of what?
Summer Camp.
It's like it sounds familiar.
You remember when Tyler the Creator had that Summer Camp mix series?
Mm-hmm.
So the first mix that he did or whatever, it had Sleep by Coco O and Homebase NYC. That's where I discovered it, right?
Yeah.
That was the Ducky. B, the song, like a couple of songs in, there's a song called Jake Ryan by Summer Camp, and it sounds like a real like 60s surf sound, like doom 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 doom. It's real dope. And so like I like got hip to them, and I was like, oh yeah, nah, I like this sound.
You're making me want to revise my secondary list. So.
Listen, you are our guest for episode 18. So like whatever you want to do is your call.
Wait, what episode is this?
17.
Oh shit. Okay.
We got 2-parters.
For sure. I know you got more in the tank. We're here for it.
It was very hard. It's really hard.
All right.
For me, it was hard.
You should have been here when we were trying to delineate the Carlos top 100 album list. We were it took some time before we were ready to like get on screen for that. So like, yeah, no pressure. Like, since you're the executive producer and guest host, we're on your time. So whatever you want to do and decide.
Okay, he didn't explain it like that, but
that said, a lot of the other songs until we get to Orion's Son, I've either heard in passing or I'm going to just go ahead and carry based off the artist.
No. You get back in the booth.
But you need to hear
Get back
it.
in the
No,
booth.
Can't do it, huh?
bullshit.
Well, nothing matters.
Because I know I threw an artist on there where it's like, I mean, I feel like for a lot of guys, I'm not gonna lie, The Weeknd. For me, that was like, he's one of my favorite artists, so it's like naturally I need to throw a Weeknd song in here, and I know a lot of people don't listen to him.
Coming down.
A lot of people, you're wrong about that. A lot of people listen to The Weeknd. They don't listen to the mixtape. A lot of people.
When The Weeknd was underground, okay, nobody was fucking.
That's true. That's true though.
Well,
Yeah,
me,
I
didn't know.
That's when I usually gravitate the artists.
Y'all are older than me, so I'll say me personally, like my peers, I knew like two people who listen to The Weeknd. That's it.
Yeah.
But no, you can't judge it. You can't judge nothing until you listen to it.
Yeah. No, Coming Down, I know. Nothing matters about Vince Staples, I know. Now you gotta force me to listen to the game.
Yeah.
And,
I had to throw it on there, though, I love that song so bad.
yeah. It really is a good song.
I didn't know how hip you were to The Weeknd. That's one of my favorite songs by The Weeknd. Let me throw it in there.
Okay, then I guess maybe we'll talk about that now, and then we can get Los back after he's done with these Home Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just gotta listen to Home Invasion, which y'all forced me to listen to the game, and that's a shame.
I'm sorry, that's kind of a long song too. And listen, it's fire. Like that, I'm not gonna say too much.
It'll come and go while y'all talk about Nothing Matters and Coming Down, if anything.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I'm on mute.
Okay. Fair enough. Dakota. So like you mentioned, I'm a little older age, and so the year is 2011 for me, and when House of Blues came out, and it's also the year that like Take Care hits the streets, and I had never heard any guy sound like Abel before. And so, were you like the kind of person who arrived to The Weeknd via Tumblr? Like, who was like the plug for The Weeknd?
I was definitely a Tumblr girly. So it could have been from there, or I'm like, did he really? I don't really know if he posted on SoundCloud. I just knew I knew his like YouTube name before he turned into The Weeknd, you know?
Interesting.
So I'm just like, I could have been from Tumblr, or I can't really think of anywhere else because I'm like, I don't think did he post on SoundCloud?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was Tumblr, or I just went down a rabbit hole.
Right. It was I guess like the hottest thing online. So I guess it was inevitable because I definitely didn't listen to any of the mixtapes. I just like saw the articles, saw like the headlines, and just like kept it pushing. Honestly, so this is my first time hearing the song like and man, I'm just chowing down. Shout, hey, and so Mother Nature is not fucking with our show today, yo.
I'm like, hell no.
This is one like the most exercise I've gone on stream in a long time.
Yeah, y'all, I'm fucking running. Like, I'm not playing. I was right
back into the crib. Sorry, folk. Can we get a hold on set, please? What's it say if we can continue the conversation? Not getting pelted by hail in Montgomery County.
The weather is so, It's sunny. It's windy. It wants to snow randomly.
Yeah, I literally have not left the house since the day began. I thought, oh, I'll make like a trip to the library. Nope, didn't make it. It's pretty closed. At least you don't have to wear a jacket.
Listen, I'm in the bathroom. This is as soundproof as I can get, y'all.
Hey, listen, one of my favorite reviewers of all time also just like puts like the camera on in like his like pink Florida bathroom and writes all his notes on a pizza box. So it's like, hey, like if Eric can do it, so can us. So can we, I guess. How we doing? Are we all right? Uh-oh. I see Los is on camera.
Yes.
He's still okay. He's probably like what's it called, untangling the part there. Yeah, see you good. Oh, some smoke.
Hold on, we can fucking smoke on here.
I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what you're talking about there. I never heard such an activity before in my life. What?
Fine.
All right. So where are we?
Okay. Question for you, Los. We're talking about coming down, and do you happen to recognize the bridge in the song that's in Japanese?
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I only know the hook.
I only want you when I'm coming. Nah, that's not even.
It's catchy. I'm sorry.
It is, but it's not enough. Like the breakdown. Truly, The Weeknd for me, he's one of the first person, or who I listen to anyways, who like. Okay, you're listening to a song, but the beat transitions to a different beat or a different. He was like the first artist for me who I was like, yo, I fuck with this. I never seen anyone else do it. I will throw in Travis Scott. He's still very good at doing that. But for me, that was like the first time I discovered someone doing that with a song. And that shit was dope as fuck.
I don't know, man. I grew up on remixes being in the middle of music videos. So
I think it's safe to say we all came from that era, more or less. Even
yeah.
But I just want to point out, because maybe my friends who aren't like as familiar with like Abel prior to him being like a pop star didn't know what the heck like dude was like cooking up at the time. I wanted to shout out the producer, Il Angelo and Doc McKinney. And so towards like the middle of after the second verse, we get a bridge. It's a sample from the anime Fate Stay Nights. Voice actor credited was Ayako Kawasumi. She played the character of Saber, and Genius had like the on the annotation they like translated it to English. And man was saying shit like, "I wish you wouldn't trouble me. What you are doing is making me uncomfortable. You are cowardly. You learned about my past and used that against me several times, even when you know my answer, even though you know my sins." And I'm like, what is this man up to? What's this man doing? And it's like, oh, he's popping pills. And like,
shit.
He wasn't popping pills.
That's some other shit too, but yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
Some other shit.
He was homeless at some point, you know.
He was really like wandering these streets like an undead in pursuit of this dream. And now like it seems as though like with Hurry Up Tomorrow, the dream is over, The Weeknd is dead, and we're like and maybe like in 5 years, if we're all still alive, we'll like know that's like, oh, there goes that man Abel, and we won't call him The Weeknd anymore.
He'll always be The Weeknd to me.
Aw. I just think it's hard to that when the rate, like, I gotta say, I hate when they make like viral songs that are like explicit radio singles, because The Hills is like when I'm fucked up, when I'm on drugs, and it's like they just do when I'm up, and I'm like, you can just say when I'm on drugs. We know this man is doing drugs, bro.
Yeah,
we get it. Coke.
He doesn't
Coke and lots of Coke.
I also love those samples as well, Ra, for sure. And shout
Is that
out Beach.
right? Susie and the Banshees?
They were pulling some really wicked ass samples out of those songs for sure.
He's very musically inclined. I mean, whether you fuck with him or not, like you have
I respect
to
it.
that.
I respect
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
They were
That's fair.
definitely like it was actually like some legit like all R&B happening, even if like it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, because I definitely didn't like that first, like when they released Trilogy as like an album you could purchase. I didn't like the lead single that they chose. I thought it was kind of just like it was kind of boring to me. And I wouldn't say that this song is boring, but this is just it has it definitely like.
I love Wicked Games though, but that was the mainstream song. That was the
song. It was.
But no, that's not even my honestly. Coming Down is like my top 3 weekend songs. It's not my favorite though. Loft Music is forever my favorite weekend song.
Would we may have to have you add that in part 2 when you come back to the show. Just maybe.
No!
Up to you. But like these are like this is like it's so wicked knowing that like it's been a decade. It's like been a decade and some change since like the weekend's been like a prominent fixture of our culture. So I would say and as far as like I don't know if I give it like 2 thumbs up or maybe even a thumbs up. I'm kind of floating in the middle.
Can I
No Samoa Joe.
Thumbs there are?
Yes, Los.
Did that halftime performance do anything to his career?
To be honest with you. So, in regards to like Abel turning down the Grammys to play the Super Bowl, like, to be honest, I need to watch it.
No, you don't.
I didn't watch it. 1 and 2, like it's kind of been reduced to a meme.
I'm sure is this.
You don't remember when the weekend did the halftime, the Super Bowl?
Well, not that I don't remember. I didn't watch it because, like, I just didn't care.
Super Bowl football then, because.
All right.
But truly, what can he perform? Clean.
Oh, he has hits. He has plenty of hits because it came out around the time he did. It was around the time that
he was coming out with his new album.
Yeah, it was around like it was like definitely like the first like post lockdown Super Bowl performance that we got.
Yeah,
I remember the name of the freaking record.
Now I don't remember what songs exactly.
I can look that up. It was when After Hours came out, so it had to have been 2021 at the very least.
Like, was it that album?
I want to say
for
so.
sure because he definitely played Blinding Lights that night.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Now, while I don't remember the songs, the performance was it looked like. You remember when Jack Harlow performed at the halftime show at that Lions game, and it looked like just a small stage. It was like literally a small platform, and then his homeboy was the hype man, and they were just standing at like around the 45, 50-yard line performing What's Poppin'. It was a sad scene. It was like terrible. They did terrible production on his concert, and it looked like a motherfucking school concert. You know what I'm saying? Barely less than that.
Sometimes the production will make someone look bad.
Now,
that's not fair.
I say that to say this: the weekend, because you got to remember, all these artists, they're paying to perform in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no checks.
Like all this is coming out of their pockets. Man, the production that the weekend had looked like
he spent a pretty penny.
He spent the pretty penny on a less off Broadway play. That's what that setup all looked like. It nothing extravagant about it. I'm pretty sure he got lost in that maze he was supposed to walk through. Like that's why he looked lost.
It just kind of sounds like this shit was implied. It sounds like some last minute shit went on, and they just threw whatever together. Because if he couldn't figure his way out of there, if like they didn't rehearse this shit,
Yeah.
I found the set list.
All right, so set list.
All right, so he did 9 songs. He did "Call Up My Name," which is about Selena Gomez. He did "Starboy." He did "The Hills." He did "Can't Feel My Face." I Feel It Coming in the middle. Save Your Tears, Earned It, House of Balloons, and closed with Blinding Lights. And personally, I wouldn't have. I'm not the best choice as far as the set list is concerned.
was, like I said, what can he say? He picked his most like family friendly songs, even
He
though
didn't though, because
I came through my
he
feelings about
he didn't call it name.
but that he can perform. I don't know. I would have picked that. I would have, if it was me, I would have picked mostly a lot of his old shit. But I mean, I don't know.
He easily could have like subbed out like House of Balloons for like Heartless.
I'm glad I didn't watch it though, because
Well, that's the tricky thing about halftime performances. You gotta like really mix it up. You can't do too much of your new stuff. You can only give them a taste of your new stuff because everybody is coming to see you perform the old stuff. And the old stuff, depending on how large your catalog is, you got to really pick the best ones. And it can't be like, deep cuts or anything like that for real, because it's got to be some shit that everybody can sing along to, so on and so forth. That's why it's like a dance that you gotta do as far as the halftime performance. That's why Kendrick Lamar's performance this past Super Bowl,
remarkable.
Everybody were speculating what exactly he was going to do, because there are a lot of people that thought, oh, he doesn't have hits that he can do. What is he going to do? Perform Not Like Us over and over again? And it's like, no. You obviously, have been ignoring Kendrick.
No, so. And I won't, and I don't do that to the white folks. It's not that they were ignoring Kendrick. They have no context for his work. It's not for them.
Bingo.
Well, yeah.
It's the thing that like Tyler. Listen. Recently, Tyler the Creator met with Nardwuar for the 7th time. During like their 45-minute conversation, like he launched into a rant about younger white dudes like Ian, who just like perpetuate stereotypes about our culture, but aren't like sincerely invested in like its health and longevity for like the next generation. And that's that's honestly what I get when I look at this set list for like the weekend, because you can take out 3 of these songs and it's still a consistent like upbeat performance. Exactly. And and like I don't think he like has like the reason to. He doesn't really have to like serve the old records to like a broad like. To like a global audience, like for the Super Bowl. You don't have to do that. Like it's there. It's very much like, oh, like the mixtapes are there if you want to listen to them, if you're curious about like the come up. But like even his first record being a mainstream star, Kissland, it's not even that good. There's maybe one song that I like.
What is that song?
The Pharrell remix of Wanderlust.
So you didn't like Kissland?
No.
I love Kissland.
Listen, I know you. So
what the fuck is Kissland?
Wait, no, it's the first release that came out before Beauty Behind the Madness, Los.
But I love the song Kissland. I fuck with it. The production of that song is very fire. That's what I mean. I don't love that. That's not my favorite Weeknd album.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not.
All right. If Los is off mic, I can only presume he's listening to Dirty Dancer. So maybe we should talk about Vince. Let's talk about the. All right, cool. No. I see you, Los. I see you. Listen, that man Vince got hella records, and you picked the newest one. What made you pick the newest one?
Truly, I think the album was slept on.
Oh, agreed.
Exactly. But honestly, I mean, I feel like people know. I feel like people have heard old Vince. Like,
no, I don't think that they have.
Maybe not a lot. Okay, I will say this. I discovered Ben Staples through Odd Future. I'm sure like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, if you're a type of person, you go down rabbit holes. I mean, not everybody, because it's not, that's not everyone's cup of tea. But honestly, I just love that song. And so I'm like, let me throw it on here.
That's fair, honestly. Also, a big shout out to Maddie Davis, who went. And a thing that I noticed about, like, because on our last live stream, it was myself, my friend from Nigeria, and like recording artist Benjamin Booker. We were talking about his music from 2017, Big Fish Theory. And when that record first came out, and I think even now, if you go onto like platforms like Spotify, Tidal, Apple, you'll notice that all the features on Big Fish Theory aren't on the track list unless like you have the actual record or you're looking it up on Wikipedia or Genius.com. And so I like when it's like the big artist. I appreciate that. It's like no, I don't want people to see that Kendrick Lamar's on my record. They're just gonna flock to the one song. I'm not gonna get spins. But other like smaller artists, like say a Sophie or Flume, don't like aren't like really shown. And then it's like, oh, like, but because like with this particular record, Nothing Matters, we have singer Maddie Davis, and I guess. Like I would hope that like the modern listener of like streamable music would like want to know, oh, who's singing like that? It wasn't Vince doing all that singing, and then I'll look at Shorty Up. But I appreciate just like sneaking her in on the last like 15 or so seconds of the song because like like this man is this is a sad man. He's been a sad man for quite some time as far as music is concerned, and so I feel for Vince in that particular way. Yes, Los.
Number one, I'm all caught up now. Number two,
finish the homework during the test.
Right. Number two, I overheard y'all, saying, Ducky saying that not a lot of people have heard earlier Vince Staples as like the Shine Cold Chain series is probably his best work. Ever been
real
honest.
blog shit,
like from Fat Women in Shine Cold Chain Volume 1 to Oh You Scared and Shine Cold Chain Volume 2. That series is like a dope series if you want a deep
mixtape
look
level
into how Vince got to where he is now, and it's like. Not only that, but being a Mac Miller disciple is what also,
I would say contemporary. I would say contemporary. Lyrically. I wouldn't say disciple.
I mean, I say disciple in a sense of this is somebody that was, good friends with Mac, and not only good friends, a colleague of his, a close colleague of his.
Colleague, I'd say, not disciple. Like we call Dakota. Who's that white boy who sings "Stay"?
Oh,
the one with Bieber picture. What's the boy name? He's from Australia. I'll be fucked up if you ever. What's that boy name?
I'm bad with names.
Yeah, I never heard of that song.
I probably not paying attention.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. The Kid Leroy. I would call the Kid Leroy a Juice WRLD disciple because that's literally what he was. No shade.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, well,
a younger cat that you have under your wing.
What would you call somebody that actually was like completely influenced musically by Mac Miller, even though they were just close friends and colleagues of theirs?
I would still say contemporary because that's what he was.
Okay. All right.
Frankly, I don't think Mac Miller really has any children in that particular way.
No, Mac Miller don't have sons. I feel like you can say, "Oh,
not yet, at least.
Give me that." You can tell. I mean, you can tell who he inspires, if that makes sense.
He inspired the people next to him, not the people.
Oh yes,
after
exactly.
him.
I would say all like his friends in the industry were inspired by his hard work and sound. 100%.
With that being said, it's like you'll
probably
see if you see the likes of Vince Staples or Absol or Schoolboy Q having or Thundercat having sons later down the line. That's from the Mac Miller coaching tree.
I would even go far as to say, maybe I'm wrong for saying this. Like, I would think Mac would be either a son of Wiz Khalifa or like it's hard. I think it's hard to delineate like the level of like son versus colleague for Mac and Vince, since they're in like kind of they came from like the same like umbrella and stuff like that. Because Wiz clearly was like, I'm old for like, yo, I'm hot, I'm out this bitch. I'll see y'all some other time. After the Rolling Pins won, like went gangbusters. He's like, see y'all, I'm riding this cow to smoke this weed smoke to the next level, and y'all ain't ever gonna see my ass again.
Pretty much.
I feel like Earl Switzer, that is like one of the only people It's funny. I was listening to
Directly
this Mech
related.
song. Kenneth was playing me a Mech song, and I was like, It sounds like Vince Staples should, he should hop
Be
on the
on this
feature.
beat.
Only behold, he was the feature on that song. So I'm like, those two, I could put them similarly, just for
They're
their kind of rapping.
brothers. They're brothers, bro. Yeah, well, just I really do feel like Earl, Mac, Vince, like that's for like the rappers. The rappers, because dudes like Mike, El Cousteau, like the new school guys who get to this rapping shit that like really just be like, oh, I rap, and just like don't make a fuss of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like guys who chase the glitz and the glamour, and by all means, get your bag up, like show out for the cameras. So that's what you want to do. But the guys who really just like, yeah, rap, just like who don't make a big show of it, like the ones like your Billy Woods, I'm saying, like your Armand Hammers, like even like your Griseldas, like guys who are like, oh, I rap. Oh, what do you do? Well, I rap. I rap. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. Mac was one of the last of the rappers that considered themselves MCs. And that's a separation.
One of the white boys who say that they are MCs anyway.
I mean, you don't see a lot of rappers calling themselves MCs anymore because
I mean like the white boys who are like on the level, like Brother Ali or an Aesop Rock. You know what I'm saying? Or an Atmosphere for that matter.
And that's because they can't, heavily rely on the N-word for the most part. So they gotta be MCs. They gotta be technical. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta have some type of technicality in their rap because they have to stand out from, the regular rapper that would get on if they were black. Like that was the aside from the shock value, that was the appeal of Eminem when he first came out, was the fact of the matter that this motherfucker can actually
spit. The old rules still mattered at that time.
Exactly. So he essentially became the Jason Williams of rap.
I would say that I was telling a friend like here in Philadelphia about how like because one of my younger friends, Hunter, who loves artists like Baby No Money and Young Gravy. For reference, like Hunter's like 22, right? And I met and like
sounds about right.
And so like they were mentioning how like, oh, I like these two like white boy rappers, but I hate people like Jack Harlow. And so, yeah, because like a person like Harlow, even though like he had cosigns, he was like very much a flavor of the week kind of rapper. And like it from my perspective, from my particular vantage point, isn't putting over local cats from Kentucky or other rappers who like came up with him. I know like he's made a few friends with like his 15 minutes of fame, but like who is he going out of his way to say, oh, I put my stamp on this particular rapper. I'm like, oh, like this person's the best to me. I like, because yeah, we saw what's her name from City Girls with his videos, but did she have a verse in the song? You'll never have that problem with Vince Staples, because even if like that Maddie Davis shorty wasn't in like the featuring John on the song, like she's properly credited in the Genius annotation, like you can clearly find her own music. And so
yeah, it's on. It's funny. I remember like maybe 6 or more months ago, I had actually looked up. I'm like, who is this girl?
Who's the woman singing on this record? Yeah.
There's like a little article, about her experience with Vince, and it's cute. It's nice.
Now, that being said, Nothing Matters was on what project was that?
It's 2024 record.
Okay, so Vince Staples. If not Vince Staples, Dark Times.
Dark Times. Has some joints on there too.
Shame on the Devil is my shit on that song, on that album.
Oh, dude, those are like top 2 songs for me on there, I think.
Like the opening lines to Shame on the Devil is literally what life is for me right now. So
pray for that Nicholas, bro, actually.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Nothing Matters. All like Coach said, it's one of the other songs on that album that goes crazy too. That's a solid song. There was another one too, but neither here nor there. There it is.
We locked in.
We locked in. But yeah, no, Vince Staples to me is one of those rappers that I can actually listen to and actually enjoy because he's younger than I am. So like, a lot of his musical inspiration comes from younger rappers. Like I remember him saying that, one of his inspirations was Bow Wow. And it made me go, what? But then I thought about it, I was like, nah, that actually makes sense. So and then not only that, the fact that, by skill, he surpassed Bow Wow more than likely.
Oh,
And
far and
100%.
beyond.
and so you see, that he actually took the craft seriously, even though his inspiration comes from who somebody may consider unserious. And that's what I like about Vince Staples. Like he jokes a lot, but he also a student of the game.
He's making jokes, but ain't nothing funny.
Yep. Bingo.
Pretty much.
That's the most funniest serious person like in that's famous right now, because he be so serious about everything, so serious. Like he'll be dropping knowledge, but the way he like delivers it,
Yeah.
it makes you laugh. But you also are thinking about what he's saying. Like throughout that whole Kendrick and Drake beat,
I was gonna say the same shit.
they
He's like,
they asked him, his take about it. He was pretty much like, that doesn't really matter compared to what these record execs are doing.
all the labels kind of like folding in on top of one another, people losing their jobs, artists not getting compensated.
And he kind of foreshadowed Drake filing that lawsuit when he said all that.
100%.
Because he wanted to get paid for that shit.
The kid is smart.
He wanted more money.
Kid.
Yeah, listen, man. Like, I want to like my favorite Vince moment recently, and that like my favorite Vince moment, kind of like a disc changer. One of my favorite like Vince moments right now is like he was wondering about like something about his, because they always about like Vince's childhood and shit in interviews, and he's like, I don't know, man. Ask my mom. Matter of fact, I'll call her, and he calls her mid interview, Mama, huh? And he just asks her questions. He's like, oh, da 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 da. Appreciate you, man. Love you too. And he hangs up the phone, just like, you know what time it is. Come on, man.
You ask me all these questions. Ask my mom. She knows best. Like,
mother, our mother.
So,
all right. Now after we talk about one of like the smartest guys in the culture, let's talk about one of the scariest guys in the culture, Chuck. The
weirdest,
game.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Let me preface this by saying I absolutely, you know what really bothers me, guys?
Talk to me.
The weirdest people being so talented at what they do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With a lot of fucking artists, bro, you really be having to separate them, but then you realize they're a fucking nut.
You can't.
Sometimes
it's
you just
hard,
can't.
but I can acknowledge that they made a good song.
Because listen,
also acknowledge that they're a fucking nut. You know, two things can be true at once.
Sure.
You're not wrong.
My thing is like, I'm listening to. I just listened to that, John, and I was like, this motherfucker's spitting, but why is he such a weirdo? Like,
I mean, we can say that about a lot of rappers. I mean, if we really broke it down,
it's kind of like Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
No, he's just weird. I'm sorry.
Again,
that is a
character. That is a scary character.
Max is a huge Kevin Gates fan, and it just made me go, nah, son, I disagree. I like all of one song by that dude. That's it. We can agree on Freddie Gibbs. Like that's about as far as I go, because Freddie Gibbs is comical. Like even when he's doing wrong, it's
acknowledged.
Even the scandal's hilarious to me.
We can't forget about that.
Like
he's just goofy. That's the problem. These rappers be goofy as fuck.
Yeah,
but they be talented. It's just kind of like, well, what are you doing?
but then you know the scandal acknowledged, and you can still laugh at it by calling him Spready Gibbs. It's still funny. it just is. You know what I'm saying? Like most scandals aren't funny, but this one kind of is. And I'm
Nah,
saying
that
kind of
shit
just
was
sugarcoating it.
crazy.
It's
No
fucking
comment.
hilarious.
There was just too many layers. There's too many layers to that scandal. Like
Yeah.
Benny's involved in the scandal. Like,
Benny was involved, but Benny was like, "You're a weirdo. Get me away from you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. This isn't fun anymore."
do you remember when he linked up with his baby mama?
Remember how his baby mama
No.
just made a beef song about him?
Oh yeah, I forgot she did that. Hey, I swear she had a few, she had a few lines in there.
Yeah, low-key.
To get her get back. I don't know.
I said Freddie might have 48 hours to respond. I don't know. Like he cooked them.
Man, shout out Gary Indiana, man. Shout out Gary Indiana.
Shout out to Jackson family. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, actually not. Nah, leave them out of this. Back to the subject at hand, bro. I have Paris Jackson blocked for a reason. Don't do this.
Damn. Why? Her performance in
Scandal acknowledged.
Oh, I thought it was her performance in Swarm. I said fair enough.
Hey. Speak of these weird rappers, Gambino,
that was like
scandal acknowledged.
Like, give her a break.
Yeah. Gambino got a scandal?
Nah, the sisters don't trust him, bro.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
I know what side my bread is buttered.
Fair enough
on.
to the women.
First of all, these scandals come from a certain type of people. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
Tell
us about the game. Tell us about the game, because this record came out in 2022, and shout out to Don't Mind If I Do, the producer on this fine recording. There are a lot of bars on here. There are so many bars on this song. It almost feels like man almost loses his balance while he's rapping. What's going on here, Dakota? Break it down for us, please.
This is a song it just makes your fucking head explode, because it's like, well, damn, he's rapping so much. You would think he's done. No, he just keeps going. He keeps going.
More bars. Top.
The way, his flow on that song is just crazy. And even if he's a nut, you need to acknowledge that. I'm not a big Game fan. I know he has a few songs that are they're good. He's not my favorite rapper by any means, but it's just bro, this song, I'm just, okay, I know good music. This song is just wow. And I feel like during that year, I don't really know what other albums came out or whatever. There's a few other songs on there that they're pretty decent. But I'm just another slept on. That was very slept on. And I feel like nobody talked about that. Nobody talked about that song, period.
I haven't listened to a Game album since the documentary 2.5.
Yeah,
so
I actually think.
Yeah, and that's because the documentary 2.5, at least the first half of that album was solid, because you had that Joan that featured Kendrick Lamar. You had the song directly after that featuring Dej Loaf, Step Up. It was a solid album. Then documentary 1 was good. So I was all right,
we need you, sis.
Yeah. Also of note, but nonetheless, so I got to the first 4 bars of the song. I was like, oh, he about to float through this genre. Okay, then he switches up the flow. I was like, I don't know, Game, I don't trust you on this one. And then he got halfway through the song. I was like, all right, he's sliding shit. He's spitting. So I give it a good 8 out of 10.
Fair.
All those bars, I can understand why.
Yeah, he went the fuck in on that. Plus the beat goes. Yeah, but outside the booth, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know that man for real.
Maybe on the other shit.
Yeah, it's like that meme of the guy standing on the car, and it's Jonah points at the guy and says "you," and in the car is some other shit. It's one of
I
those
don't know,
ones.
some shit like that. Let's bring it on freaking home, yo. We flew through an hour, believe it or not.
Yeah.
54 minutes on the live ticker. Let's talk about some R&B. Let's talk about Ryan's son.
Yes.
And I gotta say, because my sister put me on to Ryan's son some time ago because she's the cool motherfucker with an art degree. But I went on a date, and after this date, we weighed each other playlists. And while on the way to the second date, I'm listening to the John. Hey, take it easy now. Don't put that evil on me, Dakota. I'm not mature enough for that kind of behavior. I ain't got bread like that. Come on now. But I'm listening to this playlist, and on it is Intro by Orion's Son. And I'm like, this shit is so romantic. I'm finna fall in love with this motherfucker. This is crazy. No. Calm down. What's happening? What is this feeling? What is that melody? I was wilding out. So like,
marry a freaking cartoon.
Yeah.
No, but like, I put on let me say private dancer. This ain't no Elton John. The fuck? No. So I'm listening. Dirty Dancer, and it's just this is folks is like, oh, like R&B sucks. It's not good no more. And it's like you be playing artists like Orion's Son, broski. Like, and don't disrespect this artist for saying, oh, she does alt R&B. No, bro, it's R&B.
Yeah, that's R&B to me.
This is that homegrown shit, bro. Stop.
That. Here's the thing about that song.
That's the
right?
best R&B, period.
Yeah, like
this is my flavor.
I'm sorry, but
my flavor. The
only problem I have with that song is just the problem that we have with the modern music being made these days, and that's the fact that we're trying too hard to use modern slang and being romantic, and a lot of our modern slang don't really call for using it in romantic sense. It's like saying I'm trying to move like you move. It's like that doesn't 100% add up romantically. It's like I would rather say I want to be a part of you as you're a part of me, instead of I want to move like you move. That just sounds like some
no, that's
I don't
not
know, dick riding shit.
To move with one. Wow, I can't read. To move with, want to groove with. That's not even like modern slang, baby. What you talking about, bro? Moving and grooving. That's older than we are.
I want to know.
Yeah,
I was really curious as to what specifically was like giving you modern slang.
I know what Losi talking about. Not this time, anyway.
I mean,
I just watched the whole like lyric video to this.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's all that like that's all I was thinking. Like other than I love this melody.
That's your problem. I'm just like, well, what rubbed you the wrong way?
It's just my thing is right. The lyricism to R&B music used to be a lot more poetic, not in a sense of Shakespeare-like, but in a sense of like if you read a like Maya Angelou poem or something like that. It's like a lot of the music from like the Quiet Storm days. It had innuendo in it. And you really had to grow up in order to understand that innuendo. That's not the case in music anymore. They just outright say it, But then on top of that,
I'll give it to you on my next episode.
Sick. But then
like
on top of that,
hold on, if I may. Like,
I was in between. Can I say I was in between two songs, "Spreading Thing," or that was my other option.
Feed the streets, Dakota. We need that. We need that.
Okay.
Run it back. We need that.
I was saying that.
I just want because you say let's like the R&B of yesteryear was made by adults.
That's my
young people didn't participate in music. You know what I'm saying? And like in the age of the internet, like a young person can say, I'm gonna take a shot of myself and make these damn songs. Let's put into context that this is an EP from a relatively new artist on an independent imprint, mom and pop. Shout out mom and pop. You saying like you're biased towards like more poetic lyrics in this particular genre. I think that I think that like it's not necessarily like because it doesn't like because you can fuck up you can ruin a song with some SAT words. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, certainly. Absolutely.
This is a case of an artist directly communicating what she desires to like her to the person of her affection. I want like I'm doing shit that I don't do for these bums out here. I'm at the red light waiting on you. I'm calling the Uber for you. You and I getting the fuck out of here. Like big country vibes like this town. We can't do it no more. Pop punk songs like let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Like it's a universal vibe of like we can just do this shit elsewhere. But I'm choosing you.
Time to get the hell out of Dodge.
Come on now.
But all right, let me look up the lyrics to it because
I got here. I got you, baby. I already got the drum pulled up. Darling, don't you know? Chorus said, what the chorus say? Forget all that bullshit. Let's just focus on this. I just want to be the one you want to move with, to groove with. Yeah. Just want to be the one you want to dance with. Like, nah, forget all that. Forget all that long form shit.
She wants to be the only girl. Shout out to Rihanna. Okay, she wants to be the only girl in the world. That's what. She's asking.
Come on now.
I'm a dirty dancer. If only I could pull my pants up. I just want to be the one you want to dance with. Forget all that bullshit. Let's just focus on this. I want to be the one you want to move with, want to groove with, to move with, want to groove with. Here's the thing about that part, right? The move with, to groove with. The move with part isn't the dancing. The groove with part is the dancing.
It's both, baby. Come on now.
No.
Dance with both their pants.
I think move has to do with like life, like what we're doing in life. Like, you know, we're gonna mob together type shit. You know what I'm saying? And yes, grooving is the dancing, like I'm saying. But is that what's bothering move and groove? Is that what's
it's that contextual confusion that bothers me.
You know what I'm saying?
What's confusing?
I don't think I'm going deep enough because I don't think the move and groove part is deep enough.
Life and love can be simple, my G.
This is not a. This
is
a complicated guy right
I'm not saying it is, man. This man deep, bro. I can't mess with bro. This man's writing soliloquies, brother.
I find both to be work, but
you have to think you never need a life.
I mean, that sounds like the only offense in the song.
Yeah.
What's the Haystack rating, my G?
I'll give it a 7.
I can live with a 7.
I'll give it a 7. I was gonna give it a 6.5, but
to be honest,
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. Hey, Orion Sun's on tour right now. Go to Instagram and look up Orion Sun and go see her on a live performance, bro.
I know how you are, like with TV shows. And
you're
just very particular, which is like, there's nothing wrong with that. But
not at all. This is why I want the show. This is why I work with this man.
You know, that's your opinion. It's valid.
So, but yeah, it's like aside from the lyrics that you guys defended the case on, like otherwise I would have given it like 6.5. But you guys told me, you guys were like, it's not that deep. You're thinking too much, and I was like, looking at the lyrics, maybe I am.
Maybe one thing if the record was bad, it was actually on the radio. You know what I mean?
It's not fun, but I'm like, if you're going through some shit or something, or you need, I don't know, that song can.
Nah, it's like this is the shit we put on, like, bro. Like, we're in this world together. We are in this shit together. I can fuck with it.
Yeah, that. But otherwise, like sonically speaking, it's a romantic song. We know I love a ballad, so.
Yes, sir. Hey, like, we blinked and an hour went by. For the record.
Pretty much.
It's 6 p.m. Yo,
take overtime.
Yo, Dakota, thank you so much for like blessing us with the list. Thank you for hanging out. We didn't know you were gonna be. I didn't know you were gonna even be here today. So I'm stoked on it. We can't wait to have you back. And usually when me and Los get together, we usually like spend about like 15 to 45 minutes talking about wrestling. We ain't gonna do that to you. But I have to ask you one question.
He tells me that shit anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you're already like more than aware. But I gotta ask you one question before we get out of here. This weekend, WrestleMania, who's winning the title? John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
Who's cuter?
Good. You know what?
Listen, I only know John Cena. I don't know if this Cody Rhodes guy. I only know John Cena.
You remember Goldust?
Do he got blonde hair?
Yeah,
actually.
Oh, is he tatted?
Yeah,
he got one on his neck.
Is. Well, Cody has a neck tattoo.
Big ass neck.
Do he wears pants? He wears pants, right?
He wears pants. They're usually Star Spangled.
I think maybe I do know him. I don't think he's not very memorable though.
Yeah, you're not into it. All right, yeah, but Goldust, he used to dress in Goldust used to dress in all gold. That was his older brother. That's his older brother. But now, like, he has all these tattoos and shit like that. But he's old as shit too. But everybody knows that guy. You know, the big gold.
Shout out Dusty, bro. Shout out Dusty one time, man.
So we're gonna go with John Cena. All right.
Yep.
Hey, it makes for a more compelling series. It makes for a more compelling story. I ain't mad at it. So I guess we'll see. We'll see about next week, and we'll have you on the show. We'll wait till after WrestleMania to book episode 18 with you, Dakota, so we can we'll have to ask you like we're the reporters in the press room, like, Dakota, how did you determine the answer like this so quickly? Like, what was the strategy like? And just really get your perspective. Post-Mania.
I just say whatever comes off of my head.
Off the top.
Well, Carlos would shut up about it, so you know.
Damn, not the self-own. That's wild.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, so wrapping up. This has been episode 17 of Haystack Hates Your Music, Muva's Music Edition, part 1. Like, knock on wood, we're gonna get part 2 before the end of the month. You know what it is. It's the Princess of Port Richmond, Chris Kennard. We got Haystack West in the building, good old Los. We got Young Dakota, Month of the Year, Axabah. You know what time it is. Yo, if you're listening to this right now, we appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you for your time. Shout out Rob Primus out of West Philly. I love you. Drink water, you know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated, water your brain. Period. When you step out the crib, you know, if you have like a chew, wear a mask, protect yourself, protect the children, protect the neighbors, come on, bro. It's the spring. You know, keep them germs. Wash your face, or your goofies. You're gonna like stop watching this stream. You're gonna go to the restroom. You know, you're gonna wash your hands, check your makeup, look yourself dead in the eye, and say, I love you to yourself. If you cannot do that, we understand life is hard, but you're harder. So if you can't say I love you to yourself, please know that me, Los, even Dakota, we love you in the most platonic and supportive way possible. You know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Oh shit.
We need our hearts.
Three-way heart.
Wait. Oh shit. Wait, no, not that one. There we go. Hey, hearts. And we got mutual aid in the comments. You know, some folks ain't got it, but if you got it, share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Help someone pay a bill. We got new music in the comments, in the description. My homies in Perennial, they just dropped a new EP, the 65 EP. Go check that shit out. And if you want to change the world, at least 15 fucking countries, not including our own, are in humanitarian crises. Go to the International Rescue Committee, learn more, educate yourself, give those folks some money. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You got options. Make your motherfucking dreams come true. That's our motherfucking show. Los, tell the people goodbye.
We off this.
Thanks again for joining us. Have a great week. Yeah. Bye.